Hello gardening friends, this is Amy here. Welcome back to my garden. It is going to be my first official garden walk, I guess, of 2025. We are in excuse my neighbor yelling at her grandkids. We are in my back garden. I'm going to show you around what is blooming right now. There is some color. It is still quite early in the season, especially in my zone where we are, what is it, today is May the 15th. We kind of just passed our last frost. Sometimes it's safe to go all the way to like May 2-4 for last frost date. To be honest, we can still get some really cold weather here, even in the third week of May. But as you can see behind me, I've already taken a jump start and started my annuals and also some hanging basket, taking a chance. If we get a really hard frost, they might not do so well. So I'm crossing my fingers that we don't. But yeah, it's starting to come along. Excuse my voice. I'm still a little bit under the weather. I had a really bad sinus infection and I still have my runny nose from that infection. So my voice might sound a little bit off, so ignore that. So I'll show you around. I have bought, as you recall from my previous video, I lost quite a few of my roses. I think 11, 12 roses. Excuse me, I went a bit nuts replacing them. So I bought, oh my gosh, I think probably 30 new roses this season. Shh, don't tell my husband. But 30 new roses. I will not reveal what the names are and what they are yet. They are just starting to sprout and, forming leaves and all that stuff. I think I'll do a rose tour when they are actually in bloom. I have seen some starting to form flower buds now. So I think in, oh my gosh, maybe 3-4 weeks, fingers crossed, that I will have flowers to show you guys. But I'll show you how they look like now. I just won't reveal what the names of them are, okay? So let's take a look around. So let's start here. This is our dog. She loves this tree now. The reason being is that there is a bird nest in here. Hey, Tara, out girl. No. And she has seen them come and go, or the mummy have come and go feeding her baby. So she's always hanging around. My dog here is always hanging around down here trying to catch the bird, poor thing. But yeah, and hence why there are strings all over this tree, because I think the mommy bird took it there to form her nest. So I don't have the heart to pull it out, so I just left it. So let's walk in here. This is the hydrangea. It's Annabelle. It's a white one. It is huge right now. I trimmed it down quite a bit and it's doing really well, even though it doesn't get a tremendous amount of sun, but it's still performing well here. So here's the entrance. The tulips are about done. I was very disappointed with my tulips in my pots this year. They did not bloom the way I thought they would, and I totally forgot I had picked a yellow variety, which is not really a color I typically go for. But you know what, it was a fun experiment to grow these in pots for early spring flowers, but I don't think I'll be doing tulips again. Here I have a whole bunch of more shade type of plants. I got hostas here, tucked in a few hydrangeas here. I grew these coleus from seeds and they're just hanging out here. As you can see, they are not loving the sun or the outdoor yet. I just started to harden them off, so they're just hanging out here. This part receives quite a bit of shade, not too much sun, but they're not loving it, but that's okay. I think they'll do fine. And then here, excuse me, I got my peonies here. This poor thing I dug up from my front yard, and it's been here in this pot, a really large pot, for about 2-3 years now, and it's not giving me any flowers whatsoever, but this year it's giving me lots of leaves. So I don't know what the deal is. I fertilize it and I made sure that the roots or the root balls and whatnot is exposed to sun. So I thought I'm doing everything right, but maybe it just needs time to rebound from the transplant. But daffodils are done. These I actually bought in a small pot, but they were gorgeous, but they're done. I think you might be able to review my previous video where they were in really, they were fresh and they were looking nice. These are pansies that I grew from seeds, finally blooming. So one thing I'm going not to do moving forward, this is my second year growing pansies from seeds. And I just find, you know what, it's not really worth my time to grow them from seeds anymore. I think moving forward, I will be buying them at the garden center. I bought a flat of it at Costco, and I think it worked out better. Babysitting these guys, because they're such a slow grower, it's just not worth my time. And here's another pot of peonies that is producing a whole bunch of leaves, but just no blooms yet. But it's healthy. So again, I don't know, maybe it just needs time, or I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's just not producing flowers. I'm gonna be patient though. I'm gonna wait for them. I just got this one, a columbine, gorgeous color. I wasn't really planning on adding any columbine this year, but this color was just so pretty, I couldn't really pass it up. It is currently in a pot right now, but I am planning to eventually plant it in the ground. I have a collection of these geraniums here. These ones, I believe, they're kind of new to me. This is my second year growing them. I believe these like cooler weather and less sun, so that's why they are placed pretty much under my pergola, my gazebo here. They get afternoon sun, but not harsh, evening sun, not harsh afternoon sun. So I hope they do well here. I moved these guys from the middle, the spirea. They were here for 2 years, but I moved them here, and I quite like the pop of color in this area because this area is kind of shady and it tends to be a bit dark. So having this lighter color, I think worked well. Oh my goodness, this is my first year discovering that daffodils, they have scented daffodils. So I got this at a garden center. It's in this small pot. I plan to save the bulbs to plant them again in the fall, but goodness gracious, the smell on these are so good. I've been trying to look online to see if I can order some more for fall, but yes, I would love to add more of these to my collection. Another columbine that I bought this year, starting to fade a little bit here. Oops, the petals are falling. This one I also plan to plant in the ground eventually. Picked up a few of these lavender. I love growing lavender. I grow them mostly in my front garden because it gets like full sun all day. A lot of my lavenders are like 10-15 years old now, so I figure maybe I might replace them with new ones, just a fresh look. But these were on sale for like only $1.98, super cheap. More daffodils that I got from the garden center, planted in small bulbs. I plan to save them and then replant them in the fall again. Gorgeous. Some of my hellebores, I went a little bit nuts this year. This is the second year I've grown this. So last year was the first year I've ever bought them. So I bought 3 last year, experimented, had them in pots, and they did not overwinter. I think that was my fault because I did not place them under a shelter area, and they received way too much water and they died. These ones I plan to put in a more shelter area, but the color on these ones were so pretty. I have 5 in pots, and then I have a whole bunch planted in the ground here around the garden. Finally got my hands on one of this bougainvillea. So I've been eyeing this for maybe 2-3 years now. Contemplated, sat on it, and I finally go, okay, fine, let's add it to the garden. Love the color. It's quite vibrant. Normally I don't go for color this bright, but it's so pretty though. I just got this olive tree today. Oh my gosh, this one also I've been eyeing for about 2-3 years now. Kind of like, do I want one? Do I not want one? And then I finally seen it at Costco for $29.99, I believe, for a really good size. So here it is. I will be bringing it inside the house when fall comes, and it will be growing inside and then bringing them out in the summertime again. So right this area here, I have a whole bunch of geraniums. These ones I actually overwintered inside my house from last year. They did okay inside, didn't grow or anything like that, just sat around all winter long. But look, it's starting to push out new growth, so I think it's gonna do okay. overwinter inside. So that's why they're hanging out right here, because it doesn't receive full sunlight. It's trying to acclimate it to the outdoor temperature and condition. It did get burned quite a bit. Like, these guys take a while to adjust to the outdoor once you take them from inside to the outside. And these are English daisies that I started from seed. I don't believe these guys, oh, wait a minute. No, maybe I'm wrong. I thought they will not bloom for me this year. That's crazy. So here's my first bloom. I didn't even notice there was a flower bud. So maybe they will bloom for me this year after all. I thought I have to wait until next year. So the pansies I was talking about, these are the Costco ones. Wow, I planted this weeks and weeks ago, but they're still going strong, doing really, really well. I had hundreds of tulips planted all around my garden. Guess what? They did not come up. Maybe I have about 10 that came back, and most of them are this variety. That is so crazy. So they bloomed, they came back for 2 years. First year, second year. Third year, gone, completely gone. I don't know if I will be doing any more tulips from now on, to be honest with you, if their lifespan is only about 2 years. I just don't think it's worth the money. This is a beautiful begonia. I'm cheating here. So it's a hanging basket that I bought that I popped into this really large pot. It looks like it's growing in a pot, but it's actually growing in this big pot, but it's actually growing in a smaller pot. I don't think begonias need a really deep pot to grow. They tend to get root rot, I guess. So I think I'm just gonna leave it in this original pot and grow it on like this. But it really adds on a nice pop of color here. So I have a begonia here, a mandevilla here. This one I overwinter, so all the leaves have fallen off, but it is starting to push out some new growth there. So I think it will do okay this summer. And then here I have a new rose that is doing really well. Again, I won't be revealing any names of my roses until later on. And then here I have a hellebore. This one's new, and then that one's also new. This space used to be my least favorite space in my garden, and nothing would grow here. And I don't think I've amended the soil. I've raised up the level of soil here, so I think the drainage should be better, but I'm still very hesitant to grow anything in the ground here. So that's why I placed these pots here, hoping to add some color, but without risking the death of my plants. So, but I'm loving this spot more and more. Look at the view in this one. When the roses start to grow here, I think this is gonna look so pretty. So let's see, should we go this way or should we go that way? You know what, let's go this way. Carol's gonna take us this way. So I was at the garden center. One of my favorite places to go is Vandermeer. It's located in Ajax. And I seen a lady with this planter in her cart, and I had to stop her to ask her where she got it. Never grown it before, never even seen it before, to be honest, but it is gorgeous. It has been blooming for weeks now. I bought it quite early on. I can't remember the dates, but maybe 3 weeks blooming nonstop, and I have a feeling it's gonna bloom all summer long. So let's see how she does. But oh gosh, I love this color. These, what are these? Oh, begonias, dragon wings begonia. I tried to overwinter it for the first time, and look at it, it lost all of its leaves. It's not looking so pretty. Let's see if it will bounce back and do well again. Last year, it produced flowers all season long for me. So we'll see how it will do. And I bought a whole bunch of begonia bulbs to, are they rhizomes or bulbs? I don't know. Well, I bought a whole bunch of them, and they're starting to sprout, but they're still small. But I've seen some are starting to produce flower buds. So I should be getting some flowers from the ones I started indoors soon. Here's another hanging basket that I just absolutely love the color. So pretty. And it's been blooming quite well. I have not grown this variety before, so I don't know if it's going to bloom for me all summer or not. This table here is where I keep my baby plants, ones that I am sort of babysitting, whole bunch of begonias I started indoors. They're hanging out here because they don't typically like the sun so much. So I have a whole bunch of those. This one is one that I purchased this year. I absolutely love this color. Some house plants. This is my pomegranate plant that I brought out. I grew these petunias from seeds. They're not blooming yet, but they should be soon. And I have 3 of these lantana plants that I bought 3 years ago. Just brought them out recently, and that one has sunburn. This one is hiding in the shade, so it's doing pretty good. Yeah, so this corner is houseplant stuff that is hiding here or enjoying the bright light, but away from the direct sunlight. These forget-me-nots I dug up from the ground. The reason being is that because they're starting to get really long, leggy, and floppy. So I dug them up. I was about to toss them out, but then I decided to put them into these large pots. And guess what? They're still looking quite fresh. They look like they're growing in soil, but they're actually really not. So you know what? I'll enjoy it for the time being until they wither and die off. But yes, I love forget-me-nots. This blue just really pops really well in the garden. I bought 4, I think in total, of these gems. They eventually will be going into the ground. I'm just waiting for a opening or a spot to, and I think most likely will be around fall or end of summer at least, before a spot will become available for these to go into their permanent spot. But this coloring is so pretty. It is at the end of its blooming cycle, so it doesn't look that great anymore. But when it was first started to bloom, the color is gorgeous. Stalks that I grew from seeds haven't flowered yet. This year none of my stalks have flowered yet, and I started them early indoor too, so I thought I would have flowers by now, but they're not flowering yet. Pansies that I grew from seeds still not flowering yet, so once again will not be growing any more pansies inside. I just don't think it's worth the trouble anymore. This is my endless summer hydrangeas. It's pushing out new growth. It's so pretty when it's in bloom. Some of them are doing okay. I think they just need time to wake up, these little buds here. Got some alyssum here that I grew from seeds. Some heucheras. Pansies. These I did not grow from seeds. This I bought in a tray at Costco. They're doing pretty good. They are looking a bit tired, I think, now that the weather is starting to warm up and get a bit hot. I've seen a lot of people pull them out, so I don't know what I'm going to do with these, whether to pull them out, fill them with something else, or so we'll see how they do. These alyssum I grew from seeds, these white ones. So I still have some trays of seedlings here that I'm just waiting for them to grow a bit bigger so that I can transplant them into their permanent spots. I got some few dahlias here, got some marigold. I actually have some planted already in the garden, but discovered I love the color so much that I started a new batch of them. These are the mini or knee-high cosmos that I am trying for the first time this year. These are also like, what is it called? A shorter variety of dahlias that I'm trying, and I grew them from seeds. So I'm so excited to see what color I will get and how their growing habits will be. More knee-high cosmos. These are the zinnias. I think they're the pinwheel variety. Never grown these before. Same with these ones. Good news is my roses that were suffered from or damaged from rabbits, they are starting to sprout from the very bottom where the ground is. So that's really good news. A few of them, this one, also some that were down there. Also this one right here starting to rebound. I don't know how big they will actually gonna grow and recover from all that damage, but the fact that they are sprouting is really good news, and I'm really happy they're coming back and they just didn't completely died on me. Geraniums that I grew from seeds. Wow, which variety is this? I think this is Coro. These are also, oh, this is scarlet. So these were grown, started from seed indoors, and they are now hanging out here, adjusting to the sun and the outdoor environment. I grew these salvias also from seeds. Not sure if they're gonna flower for me this year or not. Hope they will, but if they don't, it's okay. They're perennials. They should come back next year. This one also is rebounding nicely, dancing in the dark. So new roses, I got one, get out of the sun. I am planning to leave them in their original pot. They're really big pots, and they're gonna stay in these pots. So here's one new one, another new one's there. A whole bunch of new ones are placed right in the middle here. And goodness gracious, look at the amount of new growth that these new roses are pushing out. My gosh, I cannot wait to show you the flowers when they are in bloom. Like, I look at them every day, just waiting for them to sprout flower buds. So this one is new, this one is new, this one is new, this one is not. This one is third year of my garden. Oh my gosh, look at this dahlias. It's been blooming, for quite some time, and look at the amount of blooms it pumps out. Well, I should deadhead it so that it can produce new flowers, but gosh, look at that. That is crazy. This one is new, this one is new. Like I said, this whole section here, pretty much the majority are new roses, and they're all doing really, really well. I cannot wait to see this in full bloom. I left a few batches of forget-me-nots. These are still growing upright. They're not leaning. They're not disturbing the plants around them. So I'm leaving them in the ground for now. Hopefully they'll self-seed and I'll get more next year. And I got some Negociana here. This year I did not start any from seeds. I bought these ones in a 4-pack. They were on sale for only $1.98 for 4. Super cheap. Love that color. Grew some snapdragons, quite a few actually, quite a bit of them from seeds. So they're doing good. I pinched them so that they will branch out, and none of them have bloomed for me yet, but super excited. Got this one this year. Love heucheras. Heucheras do not love my garden, to be honest with you. They do not come back every year reliably for me, but there are a few dark ones that do, and I hope that this one comes back for me next year. Tucked in a little dahlias here. Oh, isn't she sweet? This one I bought, I did not grow from seeds. Look at this girl. She loves hanging out in the garden. So I've never grown wallflowers before. This will be my first year, and I got 4 of these purple variety. I've read that they are perennials in some areas. I think they're zone 6 or 7. I'm a zone 6, so it might be a bit cold for them, but I am gonna try to store 1 or 2 in my garage this winter to see if they will overwinter for me or not. It'll be a good test. Got some of these cute flowers, petunias here. Usually I don't go for these super like bright dark color, but this year I'm kind of changing up my color scheme a little bit and trying some new colors that I usually don't grow. Love this apple blossom color. Geraniums. I'm definitely planning to bring this inside to overwinter. Oh, whoops, I skipped this one here. So another wallflower here. I picked a different color. This one is so pretty. It has a multitude of colors here. When I first bought it, it only had 1 clump of flower, and I thought, oh, I don't really like that look. Thank goodness it has branched out, and now it looks a lot bushier. I hope it grows a bit taller as well. That'd be great. I added these white Vandevilla this year. I usually go for the pink variety, but I'm trying to add a little bit more white to my color scheme this year. These grow so fast and they bloom all summer long. Like, they just pump out flowers like crazy, and they like the sun, at least from my experience. I just got this one today, actually 3 of them. I really love this color. It's a, what is it called? Is it rose? Yes, Rose Marvel. And I plan to find a spot for them inside my garden, but I'm just waiting for a spot to open up, and I'll also deciding where I would like to plant them. I think they look really pretty with roses. Oh, I finally got my hands on this variety of lamb's ear. Normally I have, it's easy to find these smaller ones in my area, but for some reason, the local nursery in my local area do not carry this big one. This one's the excuse me, the Helen Van Stan variety. So I got 2 of those this year. That's a new one. These 2 are the exact same color. I've been eyeing for 2-3 years, and they always sell out before I can even get to them. This year, with the help of my sister, I got 2 of them. Cannot wait to see their blooms. Pincushion. They're supposed to be perennials, but I'm not sure why they do not come back for me every year. So I sort of treat these as annual in my garden. Don't think, or I hope they come back, but usually they don't come back for me. But I do love the color of these flowers, and they pump out. Look at that. Look at all the flower buds. They pump out flowers all season long for me. These are the miracles. I started from seeds indoor. This variety is so pretty. It's called, what is it called? Something blonde. I can't remember the exact names, but yeah, this one is so cute. But it's kind of on the small side. I wish it grew a little bit taller. My gems are starting to bud up. This is totally tangerine. It's so pretty when it's in flower. This one is a salvia. I think it's a proven winner variety, is it? It should be. This one is here. Back to the fuchsia. Really, really pretty. It only blooms once for me, though. It's not a repeat bloomer for me, at least from what I recall from previous years. Oh, another one I'm so excited about getting this year. So this one right here, excuse me, I seen a neighbor of mine grow it, and I always drove by last year and I seen it, but I've never seen it in garden center before. This year I finally found them, and I got 2 of them. Don't you just love the different colors depending on the age of the flowers? So it seems like you have a whole bunch of different flowers, but it's just one plant. So I got 2 of those, one planted there and then one planted on this side. My modern blush is doing really well, bouncing back. This one suffered a lot from, was it black spot or was it mildew last year, and it dropped all of its leaves. It was looking sickly, but this year is looking great. And look at, I think the sun is, there you go. I'm gonna try to block up the sun for you. So I got 2 of climbing roses here. This is Moonlight Romantica. I think I mentioned before in my previous video that I did not know that these were climbing roses, but they kept sending out these super long canes, so I've decided to fan them out and attach them horizontally because that's where they produce the most bloom. So let's hope that's the case here. But so far, they are pushing out a whole bunch of new growth, and they're looking pretty healthy. A new rose. Well, actually, no. I have this one in my garden. This is a second one I bought this year that is new. Look at this color. It's so pretty. This is Sunny Knockout. It got bitten down almost to the ground. Same thing with Pink Promise here, but thank goodness they are bouncing back here and here. I thought they were gonna die on me, to be honest with you. This is a new one. Can't wait to show you the blooms. And look, flower buds. Yes, I cannot wait to show you. Reveal her name and show you the bloom when it is flowering. So pretty. Dark Dark Desire is bouncing back nicely. It also got eaten up by the rabbits pretty bad. This one, excuse me, Sunbelt South Africa, she's not looking all that great. She is pushing some new growth though, so I'm hoping she'll do okay, but still recovering from the damage. Excuse me. Bleeding hearts there, always so pretty in the springtime. I got a hydrangea in that big pot there. That big pot I absolutely adore. It's a new one that I got this year. That's another thing I am trying this year, is incorporating pots into my landscaping. I'm liking it so far. So here's my middle section. Pretty much all roses. I think I mentioned before I wanted 3 rows of roses, and yes, I have 3 rows of roses. Not sure how they're gonna be though. Once they all leaf out and branch out, it might be too crowded. I might have to rearrange some of the pots and put them somewhere else. We'll see. We'll take it day at a time to see what the growth habit is like. Ooh, we cannot not mention excuse me, Jasmina here. Look at her, she's leafing out so nicely. I am anticipating a really good blooming season from her. She's climbing all the way here and all the way across now. My goodness, I cannot wait. And she shot up 2 extra cane that was just dangling in the wind at one point until I installed this arch. I arched 2 of her branches over here, so I should be getting pink flowers all along here as well. And I added 4 or 5 clematis this year, one of which is located right here. So I'm hoping the clematis will climb all the way here and cover this area and intermingle with the roses that I have planted here. Another rose, new rose. Cannot wait for you to see the blooms on this one. Oh my gosh. And the whole point of placing that one there is so that it's in the center of this arch. And this one has an upright growing habit, so I think it's gonna look amazing. And I've never liked this view before, but I'm starting to love this view just because I've added so many roses here, and it's just adding this arch actually gives it more character, I find. It's so nice after a long winter, cold long winter, to see colors again in the garden. Usually I don't plant a tremendous amount of petunias, but for whatever reason this year I've decided I want colors. So here they are, a whole bunch of petunias, all in different colors, different shades. Hopefully they mingle well together. I'm going for a bit of a darker palette with my annuals. I hope these colors will kind of complement and go well and play well with my roses this year. Love these dark colors. Okay, so that's a short walk around the garden. I hope you enjoyed it. And I think I'll do another one in 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks time. Oh, look at Jasmina, she's climbing all the way here. Oh, and also look, my wisteria is starting to push out buds. So in a few weeks, maybe 3, 4 weeks, you should see pink flowers and purple wisteria mingling together right here. It's going to be a gorgeous sight. Sometimes when I plant things in pots, I just never know if they will winter well or not. But it is so, makes me so happy to see them return. This one is a Nepeta variety called Purple Prelude, and last year it was gorgeous, and this year, to my delight, oh, the sun is really bright. You know what, let's do it from this angle. to my delight, it has returned, and the color on this one, it is so pretty. So this one was overwinter in this pot right here, and it's proven to be quite hardy. Same with this clematis right here. It's second or third year in my garden, and as you can see, it is doing really well. Let me see if I can find the tag for this one. Yep, here it is. So I bought this one maybe 3 seasons ago, and it has come back reliably every year for me, planted in a pot, overwinter in a pot. And this year I actually left it outside, which was a bit risky to do, but hey, she came back. And look at her, she's climbing up this homemade trellis I made here, and the color is so pretty. And these came back as well. These are, I believe, bellflowers. So at first I thought they were goners. Nothing showed up for a while, and then they started to emerge slowly. And I got 3 pots of these, and I believe I bought these at Costco last year, so it will be its 2nd year, and it has come back. Left them outside, did not store them in my garage or anything. They were outside, but they were under my gazebo, so not a lot of moisture. I think that's the key to growing perennials in pot and having them survive, is controlling the level of water they get. Here's a salvia, same thing. It's grown in a pot, 2nd year I believe, and I overwintered it in the pot, and it has come back. As I mentioned before, hookahs don't really like, oops, this one, oh, the sun is so bright. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna cover my hand over it. Hookahs don't really come back in my garden that well, but the dark variety, like this one, for example, it's planted in a pot, not even that big of a pot, and this one, this variety, has come back for me year after year. I think this is his 3rd season in my garden. Super happy about that. This one is another one I'm so excited that is coming back. Look at it. And is, I don't even know how to pronounce, Galenia. I love this so much. This is his 3rd season in my garden. When I bought it, it was a tiny little plant, so each year is bushing out a little bit more. I loved it so much that I actually bought a bigger plant and planted way over on the other side. So it's starting to come out now as well. But this one again is planted in a pot and left outside under my gazebo over winter, and it's coming back, so proven to be extremely hardy. This one surprised me. Sweet William. I lost one, but this one survived and is coming back. I actually seeded grew a few from seeds, but I don't think they're gonna flower from me this year, but I planted those seedlings at the side of my house, in my side garden, so maybe next year I'll see flowers on those. Believe it or not, this is my 1st or 2nd success in terms of growing roses from cutting. Look at this one. Isn't that exciting? I took a cutting and stuck it in some soil, and I actually left it outside. Didn't baby it or whatever, and it is growing. Unfortunately, I didn't label it because I didn't think I was going to be successful, and so I have no idea what this variety is. So we shall see once it starts to bloom, if it even blooms this year at all. So yes, overwintering perennials in pot is a bit tricky. Yarrow's another example. This is the only pot that I have left of the yarrow that I have planted in pots. The other ones have died off, so I can't remember what color this one is. Do I have a label? No. Well, I did, but the marker is gone now. So this is the only one that has been coming back for me. Penstemon, on the other hand, though, really hardy. This one is Midnight Masquerade. This one is coming back. I have 2 other pots of them, and they have been coming back for me. So that is a really good one to grow in pots and have them come back, especially for my zone in zone 6. Lilies are the other one that comes back and grow really well in pots. So I have this one in a really large terracotta pot, and this one is the first one that really sprouted. Look how big it is. This one is just starting to sprout. I did try to put labels on them, but the markers I used wasn't that great. So I don't know which variety these are. But you know what? Look, they're all coming up. And the colors I remember are gorgeous, and they bloom for quite a while. So I got lilies in these bigger pots that are coming back up. I planted these peonies last year, and I know I've read peonies take a while to grow, mature, and form flowers. This year it actually has a flower bud. I think I should be pinching this off, but you know what? I really want to see what color the flowers are, so I'm just gonna leave it and let it bloom. But this one, hopefully one day we'll fill out this whole pot here with the beautiful peonies in the springtime, and then follow the peonies will be the lilies here, which are emerging right now. These are wallflowers that I grew from seeds, and I tucked them here because I don't anticipate that they will flower for me this year, but next year they should be. And these are like a really dark red, I believe, if I recall correctly. So yes, lilies are really good flowers to grow in pots, and they will overwinter quite well for me in zone 6. What else? Let's see what else have wintered really well. Hit and miss, honestly, for my zone. Whether things come back in a pot or not. Normally, these, oh my gosh, what are these called? Is it irises? No, daylilies, yes. They usually come back quite well, but look at this one. This year's not looking so good. But normally I plant them in pots and they do pretty good. Irises are ones that normally come back really well for me. This one is a really pretty light purple and is scented, believe it or not. I can't wait to see the blooms on this one. So another one that winters well for me here. I think I have 2 other variety. Where are they? Another penstemon there, coming back up. Oh yes, here they are. So these are also irises, bearded irises that come back quite nicely for me every year. This is another purple one. I think this should be another purple or light orange. I can't remember. The labels are somewhere. But yes, really good ones to plant in pots. They do come back. This is their 3rd season in my garden, I believe. Like I said, this is the only one that comes back well for me. All the other ones don't do well. And honestly, even when planted in the ground, they sometimes don't do well. This one suffered from quite a bit. It came out of the ground. I had to put more soil around the base, but it seems to be coming back. But a lot of them, look, I got another hooker there, teeny tiny because it suffered from winter damage. Same thing with this one, very small. But out of all of them, this one is a survivor. It does so well. Probably 3rd year in my garden now, and look at the gorgeous color. And it usually does suffer a little bit of winter damage. You get like dead leaves around the edges here, but it bounces back so well. I think, oh, I did not highlight all of the asters I grew from seed. I got flower buds. These are asters that I grew from seed. This is my 2nd year growing asters because last year I loved them so much that this year I went nuts growing them. So they are dotted all over my garden with different colors. So I am noticing that they are putting on a lot of growth. This variety here, these 3 seems to be flowering earlier. So maybe these are early flowering ones. You know what? I did start out labeling them. But once I start potting them up and this and that, moving them around, all of the labels are mix match and they're gone. Clematis, this one was really tiny for like 2 years, but look at her this year. Oh my goodness, look at all the flower buds, gorgeous. I love clematis because they go so well with roses. So I have quite a few clematis now in my planted in my garden because I have roses in my garden. This one is bouncing back, doing okay. There's some that are just like tiny nubs, like this one right here. tiny little nub. I don't even know if it's gonna survive. But yeah, that one's not even the smallest one. Look at this one. Yeah, like I said, hookahs do not seem to do well in my garden. I think today we're at 25 Celsius. It is probably one of the nicest days we've had so far. There's no chilly wind in the air. The sun is not too hot. It's been such a gorgeous day.
It's a perfect day. Come with me. With you and our friends, we'll chase the clouds away.
I hope you enjoyed the short walk today. I can't wait to show you more as the season progresses and as the flowers grow, more colors will show up. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.